So a battling performance today. What are the positives you can take from it?
Yeah, difficult one today. The positives for me is at half time we questioned the lads' character and if they could show enough of it in the second half, because we knew that we'd not had a great first half, and we knew that things weren't quite coming off for us today. We'd not sort of been as good with the ball as we'd expected, and a few unforced errors that had sort of crept into the game. So our big question to the lads in the second half was, can you react to that? Can you show a little bit of character and commitment to the cause to make sure that the game doesn't drift away from you and that you can stay competitive? And I was really pleased with their output in the second half. We still didn't have the same amount of quality as that we'd expect them to have, but the young lads, and they'll have days where they're good and they're bad, but what can't change is their mentality towards it and their work rate in particular, which I thought was good throughout the second half and the game in whole.
Especially with the second half, you start to grow into it more. Did you think we might get a chance, we might go on and get a goal and get the equaliser?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think we had nowhere near as much attacking threat as what we'd usually have. Like I said, I don't think that's necessarily because we're not capable, but that's certainly been the case today. So, like I said, these young lads need to figure out that if something's not quite clicking and not quite working for them, that they've got to source another avenue that they can go down to create opportunities and cause the opposition problems. And but we're in a different situation to our opponents, where we're trying to blood a lot of our younger lads and try and look at stretching the better players in the younger groups to really challenge them, and they've obviously come here to win the game and win the game only, whereas we're looking at more of a developmental lens and trying to make sure that the lads are stretched and challenged, which they certainly were today, but we've got to balance that off with giving them the opportunities to go and express themselves and do what they're good at as well.
Harrogate obviously looked like quite a physical side. Your defence coped quite well. It took a really good strike to beat it. How proud are you defensively that they dealt with them?
Yeah, I mean, from a physical battle point of view and from a toughness point of view, like I'm really pleased. We didn't do enough to stop them from getting into dangerous areas, in my opinion, where we sort of could have been a little bit more organised. Our communications levels could have been higher. But the most frustrating part for me today was a lot of their chances and a lot of their goals came from our own errors and our own unforced errors at times, where we'd not necessarily been forced into giving the ball away, and we'd sort of been a bit cheap in our passes or in being dispossessed. So that's the bit for them to work on. Like, yes, we're going to come up against bigger, tougher, stronger opposition, and they're going to have to fight that out, but that's amplified by having to do that more often when we make so many errors, which we did today. Fingers crossed next week will be a little bit different.